Hey guys, Z111 here today, bringing you another video on the game Runers. I did a video on what this game is and the mechanics and everything a few days ago. I'll have that annotated on screen now if you want to go back and watch that. Otherwise, this is just going to be a bit more of an in-depth video as I play through the game. I'm not great at the game by any means. As you can see, I'm only like 1,400 on the leaderboards, and I haven't actually beat the game yet because it's pretty damn difficult. But currently the best class I am running with is I do stick to the Chimera, as that's just a generally always useful passive bonus without any drawbacks. And usually I actually go Bard, because his ability stuns everything around you. It is really damn useful. So I shall have that, and let's go for Droplet. Droplet is really useful because it has AoE. I either go Droplet or Mind Spike, because Mind Spike pierces enemies, but I'm going to go Droplet for now. And basically, in this game, quickly recap, it's a roguelike, and it's a roguelike dungeon crawler. You go around, you shoot enemies around you, and you craft spells. You craft spells with runes, you can mix runes together, you can mix and match, and there's hundreds of spells you can craft. So I'm just hitting these boxes in hope that I will get a rune from one, even though the spawn chance is actually very low, and I probably just won't get one. So I'm going to take out the Floating Brain, because he screws up your aiming indicator, and he is really annoying. But generally, what you want to be doing is just running around like this to dodge all the projectiles, and just keep shooting near the middle of the area, or shoot towards the general direction of enemies, and that will get you kills. I was about to run into the brain then, so I had to quickly divert my attention, but mostly this is what you want to be doing on the first floor, and I just got hit by a rat there, so there goes my flawless. But you want to be doing this pretty much every time, and these enemies will have a chance to drop runes. Right now I'm just getting hearts, but what I want is runes, so I can craft myself a second spell. So there's an aura room up there, or normal room down here. I'm going to go down, ow, I walk straight into a rat, of course. What I'm going to do is use my ability to stun, and then I can get rid of these rats in bulk. Why is that not working? Okay, I'm not sure why that didn't work there, but I'm actually going to take out the wizards instead of the rats, because these guys have ranged projectiles, and they are really damn annoying. If I can get round, that one's not a problem, because he's over there, so I just need to take out this guy. And there we go. Still no runes, but I'm getting plenty of hearts, so at least my health is staying at full. And one gripe I do have with this game is a lot of it does feel down to luck. Like, the game can screw you over, and it can not give you the items you need or the runes, or sometimes you don't get combiners to make new spells. Sometimes it is really annoying in that regard, and when that happens you have a bad run and a bad game and you don't get very far at all. Or like, you could even get unlucky with runes, or like when you level up you get a perk, you could get unlucky with what perks it gets offered, because I won't deny there are some perks that are downright useless in your situation, or some that just aren't as good as others. And you can get given those a lot more than the other ones. This aiming indicator is really pissing me off. Where's this bloody floating brain? I hate these guys so much. They don't even do much damage, and not much of a hassle. It's just, they make it so much harder to aim. There we go. And destroy the hive, and then finish off these guys. And, oh, there we go. I finally got a rune. Now, an air rune is probably the least useful, because what it does is it creates a spell that pushes enemies away from you with knockback. And if I'm trying to do AoE damage, I don't want the enemies pushed back. I want to keep them all clustered and together and stuff. So here's an event room. I will go in here and... what's the event? Shrinkify. Okay. Floating Brain, 2 wizards. Okay, I'm going to go... no, in fact, I'm going to come back here, because I can't do an event. Event rooms are usually always harder. I'm not going to do an event room when I only have one spell and I don't even have full health. So I'm going to carry on exploring the rest of the floor and see if I can find myself some runes before I attempt the event room. Now, I did just get a mind rune, which means I can, yeah, even as a bonus, so I'll put that there, combine it, and I'll get mind spike. So now I have a piercing spell and I have an AoE spell. So I'll put that in my primary and have droplet in my secondary, which means when the quick cooldown is off, I can fire those which pierce, and I can fire water droplets alongside, so my DPS right now is increased a lot. You can see now I'm clearing out rooms much faster because I actually have both these spells, so it's piercing for enemies, it's doing AoE. So when there's large groups, I'm doing damage to all of them, as well as essentially twice the damage, which makes it much easier. Which means right now I should actually be able to take on the event room. And there's level up, that will increase the maximum minimum level of each rune. 10% chance to increase my armor every time I get hit. Critical strikes reduce target's defense. Or Seeking Bullets. I always like the Seeking Bullets because that's just always active. Every time I kill an enemy, there's a 10% chance for a bullet to come out them and hit another enemy, so it's basically like a static shock type deal, which is always handy, and it's also unlocked for the next floor, but before I go there, I will go back and finish the event room. Now, before I go in here, there is one thing I can do, which is, since I picked up another mind rune, I can actually add that to my existing mind rune, and that will upgrade it, increasing the duration for which the projectile is out, so now that's 0.797 seconds instead of 0.9, which means ultimately it goes longer, and it's more powerful in that regard. So, you know what? there's a wizard's top left brain at the right, but there's rats on the right, so I'm going to go for the wizards first. Shrinkify just means you can't see the entire screen, and yes, it does make it a pain in the ass, because you don't know if you're about to run into enemies, you don't know where the enemies are, and you have no warning for projectiles. There's an entropy rune, I will get that. This is actually not proving to be too difficult at all. There's an earth wizard still floating around, and let's finish him off. There we go, and he drops a combiner, which is more than I could have asked for. So let's finish this brain, which is a pain in the ass to hit. And there we go. That's why you want to do event rooms, because they always give you something after. So increased bullet size, shock rune, density, max HP. Max HP is definitely useful. I will be going for that. And then finish off these dudes, and I'll be combining my first spell, which is probably going to be speed entropy, I think. Yeah, okay. So on that one, what else has a bonus? Okay, bullet duration or bullet duration. Okay. Have I created one of those before? No, I haven't. Have I created one of these before? Yes, I have. Creation shot. What one's that? Oh, that just spawns in projectiles from random directions. That's actually pretty hard to use. So I'm going to go for a new spell. I'm not sure what this is going to do. This is going to be Burning Heart. Ooh. I've never actually had one like this. This simply gives me a buff. I've never had spells that buff me. That means I move faster, or my bullets move faster, and they do bonus damage if I upgrade it with fire runes. So if I equip that in my third slot, I can still fire out the... 1 second, I can actually upgrade that. That will just make it last longer, though I don't really care about it lasting longer right now. But that means I can now fire out both these spells, and then I can also click this to give me a buff, which makes them move faster. And that lasts 10 seconds. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't know there were spells that buff you. That's the first one I've ever made, and I've made like... Yeah, I've made quite a lot of spells. I really like this graph. You can see all the ones we've discovered. And those are all the spells I've made, including some ultimate ones, which are all really awesome. So now I'm going on to the next floor, which will give me another bonus. I can go for increased fire levels, which will buff all my fire spells. More defense, density. I'm not actually sure what density does. If someone could tell me, that'd be really useful. Or decrease cooldowns. Now, I only have one fire spell. I could make more, but... In fact, I might just go for that, to be honest. No. You see, I've got the 10 health bonus, plus 5 defense. I think I'll go for a tanky style build so I can live longer. You see, if I did go for the fire bonus though, that means whenever I buff myself I do increase damage, which would be really cool, but I'm going to be sensible for now. Now, the enemies do get harder as you go to different floors, so right now I'm faced with loads of fire imps, which shoot out fire spells, and instead of one brain, there's 2 brains. And it gets harder and harder. It actually gets ridiculously hard. Like, by the time you get to the 3rd and 4th floors, it is incredibly difficult. Unless you have good spells, you're going to have a lot of problems. But I think most of these guys are dead. Fortunately, the imps only have close range spells. The spell they're casting, I've actually crafted that once. Funnily enough, as a random fact. Random enemy room takes 10% damage you take. Holy Fire, I always like that one. That one I actually hate. I got that last time, it made me move way too fast and you sort of slide around. And that one, nah, that banks on me losing health, so I might just go for the Holy Fire Zone. Every time I kill a skeleton or undead or anything like that, it will leave a small pit of fire that will hurt enemies. I've actually found the staircase straight away, so I could go to the next floor, but what I want to do is carry on exploring this floor. Don't know why I'm stuttering. I want to carry on exploring this floor, get as many runes as I can, upgrade my spells, and get experience. Ideally for this video, like, my goal is to craft one of the ultimate spells, or one of the free tier spells, which are like, it's really hard to get a triple combiner, because you either need to combine 4 double combiners. That guy is stealing my rune, or heart, I don't know, yeah, those guys are really annoying. Basically, every time an item drops, like a heart or a rune, they pick it up and then they run off and then they teleport and you lose it. So I had to lose a lot of health there to make sure he didn't get away with it. And I need to get rid of these nests, and those guys are shooting sandstorms, which are doing a lot of damage, so I need to get rid of that little purple fucker. Either way, the triple combiners are hard to get because you either need to combine 4 double ones, or you need to defeat a boss or some kind of hard enemy that drops them. So that's going to be my goal for this video, to create a triple spell, or triple rune spell, but as for whether or not I get there, we'll just wait and see. Right now I'm off to a good start. I'm leaving pretty much every room with full health, so I am now going to use the fire rune to buff that, which means... Oh, it's only 1% bonus damage. I could put in 10 runes, that'll be 10% bonus damage, but that's really not as good as I thought it was. And I could buff the duration, but I might yeah, I'm just going to save the speed rune. Oh shit, that's a lot of enemies. Now these guys can, like, if they get a chance, they suck you in and they do damage, so like that. So I really wanted to kill them before they did that, because now all these wisps are getting good shots at me. In fact, no, these wisps, they don't do damage, they just knock me back, because they're using the air spells. Something I do like about this game is all the spells that the enemies use, and all the spells you can craft, they kind of interlace. So enemies use spells you craft, and you can craft the spells that enemies use, which is kind of cool. And it shows, like, based on that alone, based on how many spells there are, which I've already shown you, you can imagine the kind of enemy variety there is and the tactics and strategies you have to use to beat them. And there we go, this is like the hard room. This one has a portal that is... Oh wait, I want to get rid of that guy before he steals my shit, so I'm going to kill this guy because I know he's the thief. There we go, and the portal is destroyed, which summoned the holy fire. There's a heart, which will get me back to full health, and I'm actually dropping quite a lot of stuff right now. There's an earth rune, there's a heart, there's a dark rune, and there's a light rune. So as soon as I get some spell combiners, I'm going to be pretty damn set, because I'm going to be able to craft a lot of spells and be able to upgrade them at the same time. And here's another event room, thank god, because otherwise those enemies would have swarmed me. Stasis. Power's reduced, and yeah, all that does is reduce my rune levels, and they can actually go negative. So if I go here, alright, what is the... Yeah, they're reduced by 6, so these are going to be -5, which means my spells are going to be really, really weak right now. So if I actually use my spell, I can stun these bats and get rid of them. But no, it's not being as hard as I thought it would. You see, for like fire runes, it would reduce the damage, but for water, I think all it does is reduce the AoE, and for Mind Spike, it reduces duration. So you're going to see that my Mind Spikes right now are really short, and they're not actually moving far, and the water droplets won't be doing as much AoE damage, but that really wasn't a problem at all. Let's finish off this dude, and quick chance speed rune, bullet speed. I might just go for a rune this time round, but I'm not really sure. No, in fact, bullet speed. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to go for bullet speed. And I also get a level up. Experience for crafting spells, increased move speed, no. Yeah, I'm going to go for this one, because every time you defeat earthen enemies, you create a Earth Guardian. So it's basically like the undead one, that creates a fire, except for earth enemies instead of undead. Now, there is actually more to this place, as I thought. So there are thieves right there, those are going to be my priority. So if I get rid of them, and there we go, I took a lot of damage then. But I can finish off these goddamn lightning wizards and these water things. There we go. Oh, there was another thief who's going for the water rune, I saw that. And in fact, now I've got the water rune, I can upgrade my... do I want to? Yeah, you know what, why not? I've got plenty of runes anyway, so now that's going to be doing slightly more AoE. It's not a substantial amount, but if you get to later in the game, then it really does count, and you can like be increasing the AoE by huge amounts, and getting loads and loads of different runes. This room is pretty cramped, so I can't do my circle strategy as well. At least there's no thieves in the area. But these bats, man, I want to get rid of this portal so it stops buffing them. Then I'll go for the wizards so they're not doing range damage. And then I'll take out the little ice elemental dudes. And there's another wizard down here. And then I think I'm ready to go on to the next floor, because by the looks of it, this is the last room of this floor. I did just get another mind rune and another fire rune, so I'm going to use those to... Ooh. In fact, I'm going to keep that spell for a combiner, because that has the passive buffs, and you lose them if you just use them as upgrades. So I'm going to use that to buff my fire, do slightly more damage now. But that one, I'm going to wait until I can craft a new spell with it. Oof. I might actually, like, any of these buffs would be good, except perhaps a crit chance, but I might just have to go for the double combiner. Because usually I should have about, like, I should be able to create a triple spell by now. I should have found at least 4 double combiners, but I've been getting pretty unlucky, so I'm going to use that as my buff, which means, yeah, it's expendable, I don't get a permanent bonus, but I'd much rather have a double combiner and be able to create a decent spell. Now, to be honest, I could create a spell out of that right now and upgrade my arsenal of magic, but I'm just going to save it in the hope I find other double combiners and I can make it into a triple combiner. However, this is the 3rd floor, which means there is going to be a boss at the end of it, and when there's a boss, that usually means you're going to get a triple combiner. So I'm going to take out this rogue dude so he won't steal any of my shit. And all those dudes are exploding now because that passive buff, and that means it's going to damage anyone who walks in it, which is really cool. There's a fire rune and a shock rune. I'm getting so many runes, it's ridiculous. I'm getting like loads of runes and hearts, but no combiners, and I need combiners. Okay, seeing as that only reduces the cooldown by 5 seconds, I'm actually going to go for something new, which will mean enemies take 10% of damage that I take. And yeah, that means I have to take damage in order for it to be useful, and I'm not exactly crazy on the idea of taking damage, but against a boss, that may actually come in more handy than I'm thinking. So shit, this is a big room, I'm going to have to use my class ability there to stun these guys before they can do damage. And no, that guy stole something. He's stealing stuff, can you stop doing that? Oh yeah, he only stole hearts, that's not a huge problem. This sucky guy is really causing problems though. I don't know what they are, they look like werewolves or like giant wolves or something like that, but there we go, this room's finished, and there is the boss room. But I'm going to quickly clear the rest of this floor before I go there. In fact, to be honest, I don't need to. I'm really well prepared, so I'm going to wait for my class ability to come off a cooldown, then just go and fight the boss. Because right now, the only reason I'm clearing floors is to try and get combiners, and I know this boss drops one. So I will upgrade my water droplet spell, do more AoE with that. I'll upgrade that to get more bonus damage, and yeah, let's do this boss. Okay, now this boss is going to be Droploid. A boss I've never fought before. A boss I'm fighting with a water spell. Huh. This is going to be interesting. I'll buff myself. Okay, he sends out these ice projectiles that send out droplets of their own. He's also... Oh, I'm actually doing a fair amount of damage. No, he's going to split up, isn't he? Yep, I knew it. Oh god. Okay, now bosses, I've never actually been too good when it comes to bosses in this game. Let's see if I can stun this one, then just fuck him up. That only leaves one left. Oh god. I'm not... See, I don't know what any of his moves do. I don't know his weak spots or anything like that. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's pretty damn ridiculous. And he's splitting up into even more enemies. There's a lot of projectiles to dodge right now. And I'm taking a lot of damage. And I'm cornering myself. And Jesus Christ. This is crazy. Can I buff myself? There's only a few left, but I'm just looking at all the projectiles on screen. There's... Oh, I did it. Jesus Christ. That was a crazy buff. He kept slowing my movement too. Ah, and there's a triple combiner. And 2 health things, what's the matter? So, what spell should I make? You see, in the rune decks, there are like ultimate spells. And I made one of these before, that was Lullaby. So, if I can make any of these, that'd be awesome. There are other 3 rune spells that aren't ultimates. But I want to go for an ultimate. I think I can do that one. So, Earth, Shock, and Darkness. Earth, Shock, and Darkness. Yeah, I can do that. Although, if I can get my Mind Rune on it, then that gives it the buff. So, are there any ultimates with a Mind Rune? Let me have a quick look-see. Okay, Mind and 2 Earths. Mind, Earth, and Water. I don't have any Water runes. Mind, Light, and Shock. Okay, so I'll use that Shock. That Mind, and it's not light, sorry, it's speed. None of the speed runes have buffs, but I'll just use them anyway. And that will give me this spell, which is going to be a new ultimate, which is going to be Repulsion. Holy shit, that looks awesome. All entities in the room pushed away from each other for a short time. Enemies that are being pushed by the spell are stunned. Okay, so it doesn't do any damage, it's mainly utility. It has a long cooldown. And, it could be better, but I mean, that's going to be really useful. That's going to be useful for clearing out rooms with like loads of rats and stuff in it. What does this do? Okay, I don't know what that did. Now, I can buff the duration, which is definitely going to be useful, so I'm going to add that. That makes it last longer. But the force and radius, I think that's too much of a problem. I want to see the spell in action, so if I go down to the other floor, I'm not going to explore the rest of this one. Ooh, I'm going to upgrade mind levels, because that's going to upgrade 2 of my spells. In fact, no, I'm not going to go for max HP increase. Right, so I have been to floor 4 before, but I've never been past floor 4. And, yeah, I can't see myself getting past this room. Especially seeing that I'm not actually on full health anymore. But at least it'll give me a chance to show off my ultimate ability. So, if I go in here, press it, then... Holy... Okay, yeah, the thing is... That was meant to stun them, but it didn't. It lasted a while, I'll give them that, but it didn't stun the enemies to the point where they couldn't fire. Right now, I am stuck, and I'm stuck... Oh my god. This room is crazy. There's a lot of enemies I haven't encountered before, so I don't know how to fight them. And it keeps stopping me moving. There's a thief. There's a thief that's getting away. Just killed him. He was running away with health, which I desperately needed. These brains, that piss me off, because I don't know where the fuck I'm aiming right now. Let's kill this guy. And he's going to drop a dark rune. Then finish off these brains. And I unlocked the next floor already. Are you serious? You know what? Why not? I'm just going to go to the next floor. Increase shock. No real point in doing that. I might just go for the extra mind rune. Yeah, I'm going to go for the extra mind rune and go to floor 5. This is actually the furthest I've ever been. I assume there'd be another boss on floor 4, but let's increase the duration of that. And yeah, that's all I can do right now. You see, at this point, my spells are going to start dropping off. They're not going to be as powerful, and I won't be clearing out rooms as quickly. And when I get to a boss, it's going to take way too long to kill him, and I won't have enough health. But let's just see how far I can get nonetheless. So let's use the ultimate again, that'll get them all apart. You see, it says it's stunning them, so why is it not stunning them? Does stunning just mean they can't move? I assumed it'd mean they can't attack. Like, when I use that stuns them properly. But that's my class ability, and that's a really huge cooldown. And god, these guys are hard to avoid. Their projectiles are just like going everywhere. Fucking throwing axes and shit. Okay, maybe if I stick to the edge of the room, then... Oh god, this is really not looking good for me. My health is way too low. At least most of them are gone. That one's dead, and just this one. How is this guy like soloing me? Come on, there we go, okay. After killing 50 enemies, gain 2 HP permanently. That's really good. Although, do I want increased healing? Yeah, in the long run, that would be better, but right now, I just want increased healing. So that means health packs will give me more health, which is going to come in handy. Now, let's keep on going. I probably won't last long at all. I'm gonna use the stun again to stun the enemies in the room. These are new enemies, haven't encountered these before. Oh, Jesus Christ, oh, my health right now is so ridiculously low, and I'm dead. I don't know what that enemy was, but that one just really fucked me over. Well, that was an ultimate spell. It's a shame it wasn't like a really powerful damaging one. I would love to show you guys one of those. But there was another video on Runers. If you do want to see more gameplay on this game, let me know. Let me know, like, if there's anything in particular you want to see. There are challenges and things like that. But other than that, this has been me, Evans with Z111. Please do rating if you enjoyed the video, and this is me out. Peace.